The debate over no work, no pay policy has again resurfaced in Nigeria's labor space, this time with strong words from the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions (NASU). In a statement released in Abuja, the union condemned what it described as the misuse of the policy by government officials to intimidate workers during industrial disputes. NASU insists that the measure, though backed by law, has been repeatedly applied in bad faith, punishing employees for demanding fairness, better welfare, and the fulfillment of agreements already signed with the government.
No work, no pay, no pay, no work. It's not just a slogan. They are part of labor law, and I need to actually go with that. But the application of it is where, and interpretation of it is where there's diverse opinion and so on. If I have laborers who are to do some cutting for me in my farm, I engage them like daily pay. You know, if you don't work, you will not be paid. If I have a mason who's to set some block for me in my house, if you didn't come to work, definitely you won't get pay. So you can see it's a fundamental thing: no work, no pay.
The union argues that strikes are never embarked upon lightly, but often come after failed negotiations and months of unpaid salaries. It questioned why government enforces no work, no pay, yet ignores what workers call the reality of no pay, no work.
The tertiary education system, you find out that it's the same thing. Agreements were issues were negotiated, tracked, agreed, signed out between the government and the trade unions. When it came to implementation, the government was touting at a point, no work, no pay. And you remember we said no pay, no work. You are owing them. So if you are owing them, how do you expect them to work? If you had agreement with them and you reneged, how do you expect them to continue working?
Citing international labor conventions, the statement emphasized that the right to strike is recognized globally as part of freedom of association and collective bargaining, not a criminal act. The union also urged the government to stop seeing workers' demands as acts of rebellion, but rather as efforts to uphold justice, dignity, and national development.
Most our counterparts in other universities just within West Africa have funding for all this work aside their salary. They have fundings. These are things that Nigerian lecturers are not having. Yes, TED Fund is actually trying to bridge the gap, but it's not enough. I know how many times I apply for TED Fund research funding. There's a lot looking for it, and the money is small.
Government does not want to run a workplace. A workplace is a place of dignity. A workplace is a place where the rights and privileges of workers protected and are guaranteed. A workplace is not a place of slavery where people work and they are not paid. If you don't pay a worker, how will he come to work? How will he feed himself? How will he clothe himself? Pay him arrears of something billion and you have not paid. It's a terrible thing. And we're talking about it in Nigeria. We're talking about what is the NASU doing. We should ask government, why have you refused to pay them the money?
The union maintained that lasting harmony and fairness in Nigerian workplace can only be achieved through dialogue, trust, and respect, not through threat or coercion. Sydney Okafor for Anchor News.